So usually I don't necessarily do a follow-up video about DLC character that is announced by Guilty Gear Strive. In this case, of course, we're talking about Asuka. But after watching the starter guide which just came out, holy shit, I had to do a video because I don't even know where to begin after what I've watched.
Back and punch, kick, slash, or heavy slash cancels into bookmark. Down and punch, kick, or slash cancels into recover mana. Down and heavy slash cancels into change test case. Forward and punch, kick.
If you look at his move list, it looks very simple. Like, it looks like, 4 moves, 2 specials, and you're like, oh, okay, it's on par with what you can expect with Strive. But the thing is, you look at the video, it's 8 minutes long. Most starter guides for Strive has been anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. So this is twice the amount. So already I was like, okay, what are we gonna see? And it is quite the character. A lot of people have been saying Strive is very simple, Strive is like, oh, it's nothing complicated. And I think Daisuke with Asuka took it very personally because the way this character works and how you do the spells and how you're gonna be switching them up is gonna require work. I don't want to say the character is like an impossible character, but it's definitely a character you will have to take your time with. At least most people. Of course, there's probably going to be some good player out there who's just gonna, like, in an instant or with little time, they will be able to understand Asuka. But I think for the average person or most players trying, they would definitely have to put time and effort. Like, he has his own spell list, which, as we said already, it's 26 spells, each doing something different. People are just mocking around saying he's like playing Yu-Gi-Oh while you're playing a fighting game. So one of the things you probably notice with Asuka is the mana that he has, the meter. Already the meter is one that every time you use a spell, of course, you will lose mana. If you get hit, you will lose mana. However, as long as you have mana, you will have like an increase in your defense. You have spells that can help you recover mana, or like there's even like a recovery. And this is just like the tip of the iceberg. He later has spells. He can bookmark 4 spells using like punch, kick, slash, and heavy slash. And like after you activate your spells, it will of course disappear from your book. So mainly, for example, the way that Asuka will work is he will have 3 what's called test cases. Each test case has like what they're about.
Each test case has different spells available to bookmark. So switch them out to suit your current situation and opponent. Includes standard spells that work well as pokes. Specializes in close range combat. Includes many spells with unique effects.
So test case number 1 is like standard projectiles. Test case number 2 is mix up heavies. And test case number 3 include various unique effects. And you'll be able to cycle between your test cases. And each test case, as I said, have different spells. And you're able to bookmark each spell. So in all honesty, it feels like you're playing a freaking card game while your opponent is playing a fighting game. You're just like switching between your spell set and then like using them. Asuka doesn't seem to have like a lot of combat prowess, so you're going to be relying a lot on your spells. And as I said before, there's quite a lot. They even make like a cheat sheet so you're aware of like, okay, how many you have. There's also like the counter that you can see at the side to tell you like, okay, how many spells you have left. You also don't know the order. I mean, even if you complete using like your test case, it does this like after all spells from the set have been bookmarked, the spells will be reset in a new random order. And you can like unbookmark or bookmark spells. Like I said, I'm just briefly like touching the tip of the iceberg, and I can imagine once people get their hands on the character, it's probably going to be even more detailed guides explaining stuff. Like I said, I'm quite shocked with the way Strive has been approaching and it being more simplistic or more easy to approach compared to, you know, the previous iterations with XR. This character really stands out. I was very excited to test him out. I'm still am because I want to just check him out, but I feel for me my excitement is lowered a bit because it's gonna require, at least for me, it will require quite the commitment to learn the character, and I don't know if I'm really down to put such time for this character. Like I said, there's gonna be people who will have an easier time with this character. I do feel a lot more people will have to put that effort. I also feel once the character's out there, people are gonna be making guides, so stuff might become much easier to learn and more detailed than what we have with this starter guide. So far with this starter guide, like I said, it feels like it's gonna be a bit of like commitment. And at the same time, like I wouldn't be surprised if people got confused looking at the video. I had to look at it like 2-3 times to understand and like stop at stuff, go back, rehear it, because I'm like, wait, what? And then like be like, okay, now I understand. This character's definitely gonna be something. I am wondering though how much we're gonna see him at tournament level, and not just like at a top 8, but in general. I feel there's gonna be people who are gonna specialize in him, but I don't know. I think this could also be like one of the first characters that it's not gonna be that much played when it launches. I don't know. I'm just spinning ball here just after looking at this and how some people have reacted. But yeah, feels like you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! While your opponent is playing a fighting game. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. As always, what are your thoughts, guys, on Asuka? Have you watched the starter guide? Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.